Are you serious? Are you serious? Well, I'm more than serious. As you can see behind me, a tornado that was captured yesterday going through America. 23 people are dead. Multiple, and I mean terrorizing tornadoes tearing through the United States. And they're still happening. Matter of fact, I got a complete report of everywhere they took place and what's happening right now. Let me first, we got to stay healthy. And it starts with thehealthyfat.com/Paul. Thehealthyfat.com/Paul. It turns out the key to losing weight and keeping it off, it's not carbs or fat, guys. Not even probiotic foods. No, I've learned this. It's about learning how to flip the switch. That's right. The end game of having healthy weight, as well as more energy and a long, healthy life, comes down to a specific switch. You can flip it in your body to flush out the unnecessary calories. Dr. Stephen Gundry is calling this the caloric bypass. And by activating a specific process in your body, he has seen thousands, and I mean thousands of people dramatically improve their health, even at age 50 and beyond. And I'm 63. Yeah, this includes losing weight, gaining tons of more energy. Could I get any more energy? Are you serious? And returning to the good health they had in their youth once they simply addressed this one key to better health. Matter of fact, not only that, this is actually associated with improved digestion, strong feeling joints, and muscles like me, and smoother skin, healthier lives, meaning it could be the key to a happy life. Yes, Dr. Stephen Gundry lost 70 pounds. I've lost 33. And he's lost 70 pounds himself using this research and has kept the weight off for now 20 years and counting. His digestive issues are gone. His health is fantastic. He feels like he's 40 again. Are you serious? Guys, click on this link below the video. Just trust me. Click on the link below the video. Go to thehealthyfat.com/Paul. Thehealthyfat.com/Paul. You will be extremely glad that you did. Amen to that. Wow. I feel great. Well, here's the deal, guys. Here's the deal. We got serious problems across this country right now, and I don't even know where to start. I know we got a webinar coming up in 6 days. It's on next Friday, May 23rd, called Out of This World. And part of it, yes, about aliens and UFOs, but not as, guys, a lot of it's about the incoming Planet X, and the solar, what the sun is doing because of the effects on the sun and how it's creating this incredible, insane weather patterns, floods, wildfires, hurricanes, terrorizing tornadoes, cyclones, typhoons, earthquakes, volcanoes, straight line winds. I mean, it goes on and on and on and on. In America, we're experiencing all of this. Could it be any worse? Well, it could. Here's just a picture. This is the last 48 hours. In the last 48 hours, look at the tornadoes. All the way up in North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, Illinois, Indiana, Missouri, Kentucky. We even had people killed in Virginia. Here's what we've got, and I'm going to give you a more of an update on this. 23 people are dead. This is terrible. 23 people are dead. And it's 600,000 people without power from Michigan to Tennessee. The severe weather outbreak from the heartland of America to the East Coast, violent storms with deadly tornadoes broke out in the Midwest, killing at least 16 people in one area, but actually 23 people in all have been reported dead across several states in an expansive outbreak of severe weather from the heartland to the East Coast. State officials are reporting this morning 14 people are dead in Kentucky. And one of the towns hit was London, Kentucky, which is, of course, is the home of Kevin Wilson and Kevin Copley. Both these singers, we have their albums on our on my website. You can get their albums on my website. Kevin Wilson and Kevin Copley, this is where they live. Both of them just so happen to live in the same town, London, Kentucky. And 14 people were killed 9 of them in London, Kentucky, 14 in the state of Kentucky, 7 people killed in Missouri, and 2 in the state of Virginia. Now, I've already been on the phone with Kevin Wilson. He's fine. His house didn't get hit. He's fine. But he said, pray for my neighbors because, of course, 9 people are dead in London. It's a small area. Now, there's a remnant. Storms are still breaking out. Severe weather is still continuing on this morning. And as we speak, matter of fact, there were 26 tornadoes reported from Friday's storm in Kentucky, Indiana, Missouri. My family's all good up in Indiana. Kentucky, Indiana, Missouri, Illinois, and New Jersey last night. Softball, that's right, softball-size hail were reported in Barlow, Kentucky, near Sullivan, Indiana. So that's right down there near southern Indiana, along the Louisville River, the Ohio River. So softball-size hail in Barlow, Kentucky, and Sullivan, Indiana, with greater than tennis-size hail reported in Texas all the way to Ohio. A total of 15 states have reported storm damage from hail, straight-line winds, and tornadoes from Missouri to Michigan, all the way to New Jersey and in Virginia, as these storms continue tracking through the east and central United States from Arkansas to Virginia. As I said, 23 people are dead, 14 of them in Kentucky, 7 in Missouri, and 2 people killed in Virginia. The storms, the thunderstorms, the lightning strikes, the massive hail, the outrageous straight-line winds, and the tornadoes are still stretching this morning from Arkansas to the Carolinas. Matter of fact, there's even been quarter-size hail that has downed several trees and destroyed roofs being reported from the storm. It's still, there's incredible. The Northeast is now in the highest threat. It's centered over portions of upstate New York as we're speaking right now. Also, western Massachusetts, most of Vermont, western New Hampshire, including Burlington and Vermont, and Springfield, Massachusetts, and Albany, New York, with the primary risk being damaging winds and large hail, and isolated tornadoes are very possible. Matter of fact, for the south, it's through the Central Plains. The highest threat is centered over portions of central Texas. That includes Dallas and Arlington, Texas. And to a lesser degree, but still very powerful, it's areas of Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Kansas, including Oklahoma City, Little Rock, Arkansas, and Wichita, Kansas. Guys, this is unbelievable. I mean, it's just unbelievable. The damage, the chaos, the carnage. This is just one little glimpse. I mean, it is absolutely off track. Now, I was looking at the tornadoes, and last night, we had, again, tornadoes hitting in London, Kentucky, and Corbin, Kentucky. Also, tornadoes in Somerset, Kentucky, Rushville, Kentucky, Princeton, Kentucky, Steinsville, Kentucky, Morganfield, Kentucky, Gnawbone, Kentucky, Stonehead, Kentucky, E&E, Clifty, also in Lambert, Missouri, and Morley, Missouri, and Bloomington, Indiana. A couple tornadoes in Bloomington, Indiana area, in Whitehall, Indiana, in Real Springs, Illinois, in Worthington, Indiana, Linton, Indiana, Switz City, Indiana, Linton again, Indiana, and then Biojet, Missouri, Carbondale, Illinois. That's where remember the 2 different solar eclipses, the one that went by in 2017, crossed through Carbondale, and then 7 years later, when the other one came through, it made the X where Carbondale, Illinois. Carbondale, Illinois got hit with a tornado last night. Also, Jackson, Missouri, Haywood City, Missouri, Bell City, Missouri. There was Folsom, New Jersey, Atlas, Michigan, Charles, Michigan, Gregory, Michigan, Waverly, Michigan, Charlotte, Michigan, Bedford, Michigan, Galesburg, Michigan, Braceville, Illinois, Keene, Wisconsin, Bancroft, Wisconsin, Unity, Wisconsin, Crookston, Minnesota, Loyal, Wisconsin, Christie, Wisconsin. And so it's a very insane. Now, as we speak, I was just checking to see where we're at right now in this situation. There is very, very serious weather going on in New York, and they're reporting it in Hermantown. Wait, excuse me. In give me one moment here. In Buffalo, New York area, definitely reporting it. Okay, in that whole in a whole part, and in Bringington, New York, and Albany, New York. And there's floods. They're very concerned about floods also up in Buffalo, New York. So that whole area's got very serious weather. Now, there's also a spot down, flood warnings in Jackson, Mississippi. And that's where BP Earthwatch is. So be careful down there, BP. Flash flooding in Jackson, Mississippi. Okay. Now, there's also a band of storms rolling through Alabama, Georgia, on into South Carolina. That's pretty severe. So if you're coming down I-75 through Georgia, just south of Atlanta there, maybe it looks like around Macon area, be careful. There is some serious rain and storms rolling through there. And like we said, there's some bad weather starting to develop right now in Texas. So stay tuned. That's going to get worse as the day goes on. Even out west, there's a problem. In Boise, Idaho right now, some very, very severe weather storm moving through Boise, Idaho, but really parts of Nevada, Idaho, and in southeastern Oregon, and even some in Washington State. But really, and there's even a little bit in New Mexico. But mainly, guys, it's up in the New York area right now. But it's going to go on. The storms are they're going to get bad again as these storms move through Texas on into Oklahoma, Kansas. I mean, it's going to get really bad as the afternoon develops. And so we got to give you a heads up on this stuff because it's developing as we speak. 23 people are dead. Again, 23 people are dead in the last 24 hours throughout America, with tornadoes all over the place throughout the land, and they're still going on, okay? Still going on today, this evening, and all day tomorrow. We have to keep our eyes open and keep prayed up. This is a terrible, terrible, and here we are. And it seems like the straight line winds and the tornadoes that have been going through has been going on beyond normal for the spring. You usually get this kind of weather patterns in March and April. And by mid-May, that's pretty well over. We're moving into the heat wave. Well, guess what? It's been going on since February, March, April, and May. And yeah, we're in mid-May. Well, guess what? We are moving. Not only are the tornadoes happening, but we do have heat wave. It's going to be 94 degrees here in Florida. It was 93 yesterday and 92 today before that. And it's going to be about 94 tomorrow. And this is early. I mean, yeah, it gets warm in Florida, but this is a little early, guys. This is about a month early to be getting these kinds of mid-90s every day here in Florida. But because of that, and with the cooler air still lingering in the north, this is what's creating this massive tornadic activity in the central part of the United States. And so you start to wonder just exactly what's the cause. Now, in Florida, there's been one breakthrough, chemtrails, which we know went on forever in this country, but now it's illegal. Chemtrails is now totally illegal in the state of Florida. So it's beautiful to walk out the last 2 weeks, to walk out, look up in the sky, and it be absolutely beautiful blue sky. No more chemtrails crossing everywhere. That's beautiful. But I'm wondering where the chemtrails are still being spread in the, up in Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, on across the rest of the nation still right now. You just wonder if that is going to intensify the weather patterns that are running across, from Dallas to Ohio, that whole swath. And a lot of times affecting Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, all up into maybe about Ohio. And you start wondering, of course, Oklahoma, and of course, Kansas. But, you just start seeing Illinois. You just see that whole thing developing now. I just wonder, does that going to make a difference? Is that why it's warmer here now? Because the sun finally can get through, and there's no little charged particles are not in the way? Is that why it's getting hotter here fast? I don't know. Is that going to affect the weather north of there? I don't know. It's way over my head in understanding the scientific ramifications of all this. But what I am going to say, at least Governor Ron DeSantis did sign into law that chemtrails will never be sprayed in the state of Florida again. And if anyone's caught trying to do that, it's an automatic 5 years in 5 years in prison. So we're watching closely. Will other states start to take Florida's lead? And will other states start to ban chemtrails? Now, remember when I was called a conspiracy theorist because chemtrails. I remember when they were calling me that, calling Steve Quayle that, and now all of a sudden we were right again. Pastor Melvin, he and I were talking about it the other day, So what else are we telling you about now that they're saying that's a conspiracy? Like deep state, new world order, beast kingdom rising, which is biblical, an antichrist, that's biblical. What about all the other things that we tell you that our disclosure is finally coming to pass, that we're living in the last days, and there is definitely an antichrist spirit trying to rise. The Bible told us there would be a mark of the beast. The Bible told us that the beast kingdom, a one world government, a new world order, a one world leader, a one world currency, and a one world system, 666, that you would have to, without it, you couldn't buy or sell. This means we're coming closer and closer and closer to the coming of Jesus Christ, and you want to be ready. Now, also, they say Planet X is a conspiracy. Really? Maybe they want to talk about all this stuff, what's happening on the sun and on the earth. And this is why we're doing this webinar. Out of this world. Gil Brazard makes a prediction in this webinar of when Planet X is going to become into play to the point that it's going to absolutely create chaos on the earth very soon. And also, I was on the phone yesterday with James from Earth Changes, and his presentation is also in this webinar. And he is also making a prediction in this webinar when we're going to experience the catastrophes of Planet X. He also has a time frame in mind that he will reveal. And of course, we're going to be asking BP Earthwatch about it and the things with the sun and how it's affecting the earth. And of course, Mike from around the world, we're going to be asking him about it. And then there's Rex Bear. Rex visited Area 51. And he's also interviewed people who have had access to the alien connections. Plus, we interviewed 8 of you, the audience, who have had encounters, some of them demonic, some of them angelic, and some of them from extraterrestrial, or at least that was the concept or the belief of the individual. ET, UAP, UFO type conversations. It's an incredible interviews. So when you put this all together, this webinar is off the chain. It starts next Friday, May 23rd, 6 p.m. Eastern. We're releasing all the links. Boom, boom. You will get your link. If you go right now and order your ticket, you'll get your link. And then that link becomes active instantly on Friday night at 6 p.m. on May 23rd. We'll get your link to you in an email. You can go right now and order your ticket at my website right now. You should do it, or you can pick up the phone and call 765-414-2230. That's 765-414-2230. And get your tickets ordered right now. Also, people are saying, Pastor, I want to get a copy of your book, Revelation 91. I'd like to get an autographed copy. I've had people now who are saying, I want an autographed copy. They've already ordered my book from Amazon, and they've already read it. But now they're ordering the autographed copy, which is a good ideal. Before the hard copy books all go, they all leave, and then they'll probably push it into paperback. But right now, it's still the hard copy, hard cover. If you want to get a copy of that autographed, go to my website at paulbegleyprophecy.com. Place your order. I will sign it. Not only just sign it, but I will address you with, and I pray before I do this, and then I give you a note that God is telling me to give you personally. And then I sign my name to it and send it to you personally. So you can get that done if you want to do that at my website. Or if you want to get them for quite a bit cheaper. I think they're selling for like $12.50 now, something like that at Amazon. I don't know what it is, $13 or $12.50, whatever. Go there, order 5 copies of them there. Give 4 of those copies away. Keep one for yourself if you want to do that. But if you give yours away, you'll end up being like one guy I just now sent a 3rd copy to him because he's given 2 of his away already, and now he needs another one back. So he just ordered a 3rd one, and I've signed it and sent him another note. Anyway, guys, be sure you get your copies of Revelation 9:11, and be sure, if you don't do anything else, please, I'm going to ask you to please order Out of This World, the webinar, Out of This World. Ryan Wood, a UFOologist, is off the chain in this. But Gil Brazard, all these guys, it's incredible. Mike, yes. BP Earthwatch, of course. I mean, all of them, you see the list going by. Don't miss this webinar. Get your tickets now. Absolutely don't miss this one. And I'll be back, guys, with more information for you. Let me just, I'm going to play a song and triple check on any more maybe volcanoes too, tornadoes or earthquakes. We have a powerful earthquake. Oh boy. The earth can shake, the sky come down, the mountains all fall to the ground. But I will fear none of those things. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Dark waters rise, the thunder pounds, the wheels of war are going round, and all the walls are crumbling. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Mount Spur, oh no. Hide me underneath your wings. Hide me deep inside your heart. In your refuge, cover me. The world can shake, but Lord, I'm making you my hiding place. The wind will blow, the rain can pour, the deluge break, the tempest roars. But in that storm, my spirit sings. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. The earth is shaking and quaking. The volcanoes are breaking. that day you call for me, someday when time no more shall be, and I say, death, where is your sting? Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Day you call for me, someday when time no more shall be, well, I say, death, where is your sting? Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. That's right, Raven. I mean, that song really just rocks the house. Amen. Somebody just said, I just downloaded it from Apple. Okay, good. Where was it on? Just downloaded it, music on Apple on my phone. Oh, cool. Anyway, let me just tell you, Isaiah chapter 24 tells me that the earth is going to reel and rock like a drunkard. Well, we just had a 6.0 earthquake in Peru. Matter of fact, I'm just checking right now. Just some of the big ones here. 4.9. Well, there was a 2.7 earthquake in Howell, Utah. That makes me nervous about the super volcano up there at Yellowstone, danger zone. Yes, I get worried about that. 4.9 in the southern East Pacific Rise. 4.6 in Papua New Guinea. 4.9 in the Kermadec Islands. 4.4 in Argentina. 4.2 in Romania. Strange place. Yeah. Valdez, Alaska. That's right over there by Mount Spur. And we're going to tell you about Mount Spur in a second. 5.1 in the Philippines. 5.1 in Papua New Guinea. Again, Valdez, Alaska had a 2.5. 4.5, again, Argentina, right at the very tip of Argentina. 4.0, Puerto Rico. 3.0, Petrolia, California. And several. Petrolia, 3.2 in White City, New Mexico. But then Petrolia, California had a 2.5, 2.5, 3.0, and 2.9. 3.5, all in Petrolia, California. So it's really shaking up there. Fiji had a 4.8. 5.0 in the southern East Pacific Rise. And a 4.1 in Mexico. 6.0 Peru. Big one. We've got to find out if there's any damage. 6.0 on that very dangerous fault line. 4.4 Papua New Guinea. Fox River, Alaska had a strong 3.9. The geysers in California had a 3.0. Savannah, Bright, Honduras had a 4.6. There was also a 4.9 in Sandpoint, Alaska. That's down on the Aleutian Islands area. And then a 5.2 in Burma. So Mount Spur. So talking about volcanoes right now, they're keeping a very close eye on Kilauea. It's now been moved up to an orange. Very nervous that Kilauea is going to. There were 22 different episodes yesterday on Kilauea in Hawaii. So we're watching that very closely. Also, there's the volcano, Mount Spur. Mount Spur is at a yellow warning level right now. There's unrest at Mount Spur volcano with ongoing earthquake activity and gas emissions going on right now. So the alert is at yellow, and then there's another that earthquake, that underground, the underwater volcano, 300 miles off the coast of Oregon, where it's the seamount. That one's on yellow also, but they're not as concerned at this moment. But it's still showing some activity, so they're watching it closely. So we got those 3 different earthquakes in America that are still making everybody nervous. The one off the coast of Oregon, Kilauea is really active at this moment, and Mount Spur is also releasing gas and showing seismic activity. So those things, earthquakes, and of course the tornadoes going through the land, not counting what the sun is doing. And I'll take a quick peek at that for you right now just to see if there's any, because after we having those 4 big solar flares that seem to cause some serious problems. First of all, the wind is blowing 699 kilometers per second off the surface of the sun. So that's very, very high and dangerous, especially if it becomes earth facing. And hopefully we don't have any massive solar flares anymore for a while. We had those 4 in a row. Right now, we don't have a solar flare at this moment, but we do have some incredible auroras from those solar flares that we had. So we're watching all of this. I'll be back, guys, with more current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy. We're living in the last days. Thank you so much for being with us. Get your ticket, guys. We're only 6 days away from the webinar, Out of This World.